Hello, hello. I think it's time to play with the automobiles and hit dolls, unsuspecting dolls with it. That's what's happening tonight. Oh my god. Just check all my settings and make certain they're actually working. Should have done this a little while ago. I did not. Alright, so where we're at right now. Since last time, guess we're gonna have music on top of music temporarily. Is that I had a car at the end of the other one, and it didn't really do much. But now, I have this car. It is been redecorated, so now it has the chariot on there, and it's the Poppet one. Very important. It now has way better physics. It's also incredibly top heavy, which sucks. But listen, whatever, it's fine. Poppet is now driving it. Very important. She's not like super detailed driving it, but listen, it looks good enough. And you can run over dolls, though for some reason they end up in the ground. Partway. Yeah, I don't know how that happens yet, but we're working on it. So yeah, now we have real physics, courtesy of Unreal. The tires don't move yet, but that's because in their infinite lack of wisdom, the people actually made the tires part of the model that they used for their setting up this simulation. So I have to try to figure out how to set it up again with the pieces of the model. I don't know how to do it yet. I'll figure it out eventually. But for now, what I might do is set moving wheels on the car based on the throttle and just put them off to the side temporarily. Alright, so let's bring up the vehicle for this. Oh, never mind. I put it up here. Did I? Oh, there's an easy way to find it. That's why I try to put everything in the same location, so it's much easier for me to locate it. That's not what I want yet. Eventually it's what I want, but I haven't really gotten that working yet. I guess I could test it. I gotta watch a video or two on how the setup is. I just don't understand the way to set up skeletons in this yet. Okay. Somehow I didn't see that the first... whatever. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I guess I just add static meshes. Actually, wait, before I do that. Ah. I have to locate... the wheels and see if it's like two wheels or just one wheel. Yeah, see, they made these ones where it was just literally the whole thing, and it's like, that's cool, except for I can't really rotate these things. Can I rotate those things? Oh. Maybe. Oh, 1 second. I might be able to rotate the bone. Is a skeletal mesh component? Okay, so what are these bones called though? That's the question. I don't know why I didn't just click the picture. I'm stupid. This will be highly experimental. I don't know if it'll work the way I want, but we'll find out. I just need this list here of names while I work on this particular thing here. And so set bone rotation. See if it'll let me do this or not. I don't see a way to do it because if we can't do bone rotation. I'm not sure what each one does, so maybe we'll experiment a bit. And then let's see, I want to rotate I wish they had a easy way to do this. Hmm. Doing a bunch of research on the side. So rotate by Z. Okay. Well, let's start a custom event here. It'd be so great if I don't actually have to mess with it, if I can just, move some pieces of the skeleton, which, I mean, it seems like you'd be able to. Probably in the animation setup versus anything else. I don't know. We'll find out. Save that there. And then it says in 360 degrees, so We'll do a simple thing first. Actually, get bone rotation. Bone rotation. So something like this. And we split this here. Split this. Go ahead and recombine those because I don't care about that. Alright, so actually we'll make it bigger so I can see it. A simple delay. Perfect. And then rotate tires. Oh, this should rotate one of the wheels. We'll see what happens. If it does that, I'll just duplicate it for all of them, and then I'll worry about getting it based on throttle or like current speed. There might be a better way to do this. I have no idea. Probably is. Neither appears to be doing anything. Print string. Tires. I prefer it to stay up long enough that I can actually see them on the side of the screen, so I don't have to be, you know, worry about blinking missing it scenario. Am I disabling screen messages? I might be. I probably am. Yeah. Well, it's going to it, which is not surprising, but it's not really rotating anything, so... Hey Mike, how's it going? Trying to figure out how to rotate some tires. I'm not too sure how to do it yet. Oh. I know what's wrong here. Do I know what's wrong? I think I need to continuously set it, because otherwise it's just the same thing. Huh. I'm trying to figure out which node actually modifies bones. I think I need to just make an animation. That is not a node that exists. Huh. Yeah, I'll probably come back to this one. What'll happen is I'm gonna have to do some research into it. I thought maybe I could find an easy way to do it, but I think I have to actually take this thing and break it apart. Convert, like, they broke it into pieces for me in the form of, in here, but for some reason they made this, pre-made car thing off of, this one solid mesh, so it's like, this kind of sucks. I'm not sure how to make the wheels spin. I've been tweaking it ever since, but where are the other pieces of the car? Could be blind in here, I don't even know. Oh, right here, yeah. Like, here's the one without the tires on it. If they'd used that, it'd have been so easy. But they didn't. And I found a way to convert this into a skeletal mesh, which is what the thing wants. But I don't know how to add bones to a skeletal mesh yet, so I don't know on that one. But once I do that, then I have access to tires right here, so I could just put tires on there and have them rotating if the car is moving. It won't look right because there's other tires there already, but it could work. But yeah, anyway. Since the last time I was streaming, I updated the chariot ability a little more. So now, it actually has handling instead. You can also hit them too. They end up in the ground part with it. I don't know why yet. I redid the back of it so the chariot's in the back, and now it says Poppet 1. This is very important. It took like 5 seconds to make it say Poppet 1. It was a great joke. I was like, I gotta do this. This is necessary. Yeah. Unfortunately, this thing tends to tilt pretty badly. I can summon it whenever I want those. That's a thing. I need to figure out how to make it more stable so it doesn't tilt, or have some sort of a built-in thing so that there's it can right itself again. Ooh. Ooh. Wasted. It has an exhaust thingy. It's not very well lined up, I don't think. Oh yeah. Also, Poppet's driving the car now too. It's important. My whip game at some point, like, I don't quite get the reference. I don't think on that. I've been thinking about, it's like, whip game. Wait a minute. But yep, she drives it now. That's kind of like 90% of what I actually did. I was messing with that, and I didn't do a whole lot of the useful things. I might make a better driving animation for her. Mostly it's just an animation of her sitting there. And it moves around just enough to look like it actually fits. So I'm like, okay. Oh, actually, I also broke the maps apart. I realized that I can't have people running through the paintings on the same map because there's a visual issue. If I do that, you'll come out here and you'll see the other buildings that comprise things, so it won't look like you're in some separate area. It'll look wrong. And vice versa, like, you'll anytime you see any windows on these things, you'll literally just see weird floating sections of the world. It looks terrible. So instead I want to have the city of Shadow like outside of this area, like, but I'll just have, like, things to look through. So when I put windows in the walls here, you'll be able to look out on the city. It'll look like you're really there, and then when you go through the actual paintings, which I haven't made a loading screen for yet, but that's okay. I did figure out a trick to create weird little, like, illusionary things so it looks like there's a world on the other side of it that you can look through. That's not what's supposed to happen at all. Did I break something? Might've. Okay, well. Somehow I must have broke it. Huh. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to put each painting on a different map, so this way I can also have different skies for them and things like that, and not have issues with just it trying to load 9 million different assets and it just being really hard on computers, and also hard on my computer trying to run it all in the editor, because the editor doesn't necessarily unload things, so it's kind of a mess. That's true. Stupid editor being all like not caring about my computer's well-being at all. Alright, I put black snow in there for some reason. As far as I know, this one will actually transport you the right way. Unless I broke it somehow. I didn't even work on that since it last was working. That's interesting if that's the case. Don't know why I have it snowing here. And the portal disappeared. Nice. This thing is so finicky. Oh my god. Where's the player start on this side? Player start? Maybe that's why I'm advantaged. It's right here. Okay, and then if I go here on this one, it's the right map name. Well, that one works. Yeah, I really gotta work on this dumb painting thing. Got problems. So this one works because it has spaces in those things. It's supposed to go to this one here. Perhaps I named it weird. Right now I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put the warehouse levels all on the same map or not, or if I'm going to put them on different maps. I mean, I guess technically, visually, it'd probably look better if they were all on the same, but from a perspective of someone who's not that great at optimization, I'm not sure if that's the best call, but perhaps it wants underscores because it doesn't view it as the right level name. I don't know. Had a lot of problems with this thing so far. It's just looking for a specific name, so I just need to... I'll probably have to run a print string and see what's coming up there. It wanted underscores. That's it. That's what it wanted. Apparently when it names the levels, it names them with those. So... I might get rid of the PCG grass for these. I don't really like them very much. I think I'd rather hand place my stuff so it just looks better. Randomizing it in just kind of looks like crap. Yeah. Yeah. Guess I'll make a backup of this map just in case I, for some reason, want the full map together again. Give it a second to do its thing. Yeah, at this point I'm kind of laying out the levels more. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the first racetrack thing. I do plan to have races with the car. It's going to take some work to make the car more fun to drive. I mean, it's funny at this point, but I want it to be enjoyable. Where you can like hit things with it and, you know, it hurts them and blood splatters and things, you know? Technically, I have some animated blood I could use as decals. That's true. I don't really have an animated particle effect for blood, though. I do have an old style one back from like MV, but it'd be so tiny it would look like trash. I would need to make something new. Yeah. Or buy something. I don't know. Maybe the next time there's a sale, that's what I'm looking for. Looking for blood. Could do that. I mean, the market's loaded down with all these things. You got stylized blood thingies. Woohoo. Blood. So I'm sure I could find something. I mean, something that's like $7 for blood might not be too bad. Customizable 4K. How customizable? How 4K are we talking here? I mean, comes with bloody footprints. Oh my god. Maybe. Okay, now, before, I wasn't so excited, but now, I'm gonna add this to my favorites. I might pick it up. Maybe wait for a sale, but the fact that it's got handprints and letters already, and some fun symbols, I mean, before I was like, I don't know, it's just a stupid blood, but now I'm like, I could make these myself. That is 26 characters I need to make myself. You know, I mean, I gotta do all these things here. You know, at some point, it's not that much for all those. That's a lot of different thingies done for me. Okay, well, that might be what I do in the future. Because decaling things is pretty good. I could make a decal for the... Well, that's an idea. One second, I have a plan now. Alright, so... Where is that at? We are looking for the chariot. Wait a second. How did I do this in the past? Actually, no. Because to set up a decal with one thing is very easy. Because you just take a material here and you basically place that. So I could literally just do this. I just have to have a texture. Wait. There's got to be a note to merge these things. Engine. Merge mixture samples. Huh. Apparently it's just a research night. No, I don't want a video. I just want a quick explanation on how to combine textures on the material thing here. It's probably just add, right? Can I do that? I have no idea if this will work, but I'm really curious to see because I wouldn't mind putting the tarot cards on walls as like an explanation on how to use them. I mean, technically, I could use the screenshot ones, or actually the renders, if I wanted. They don't look as good, though. But if I was just going to put them on the walls, that wouldn't be the worst choice. I think. Huh. You have to do something special in materials, too. I think. I did no MIP thingies here. I think the rest of it is fine. This might be going up to a lot of extra effort for the fact that it's already sitting on the back of the car anyway. So I'm not sure how necessary it even is to put it on the back of the car. I mean, it's already there. No. I mean, she's already got it on the back of the car. It's just not a decal. It's just sitting on the back of the car. Stuck in the car, but maybe I just leave it as it is. I don't know. I mean, like, I could decal it on there, I guess. But the fact that it's, let me test something here. Let's see if it would even look right if I even put the first one there, because last time I checked, these don't display right when you break them up. Just looking at the files to figure out where I did with it. Wait, those are material instants, ain't the texture. Oh yeah, it won't work right because it's these, right? So you'll put this on here. And then let's say I add this, which I don't even know if this will work, but you know, for the sake of experimenting, I'm doing it anyway. It could explode. I mean, if it explodes, it's fine, though. I mean, I'm down with that. Whatever. It was meant to be, if that's what happens. Sure. All right, so we have a whatever that's supposed to be. Can I just put it on something? I'm just going to put one right here. Doesn't really do what I want, you know? But it does add the two together. So it wasn't like a worthless thing that I've discovered here. Plus, it'll go all over the top of her because of the, I made the box really big. But just the fact that it merges them like that with simply using add is fascinating, to say the least. It's like that should stop it from actually getting on top of her. Yeah, that's all you do, make a decal. It's pretty dumb. Now you can just put that picture wherever you want. So I'm going to make more for instructions. I mean, I could use these as instructions at places so you know what to use. You know, I'm stupid because there's actually a much easier thing I could have been doing. I mean, I still learned something useful, so it's not like it was totally stupid, but this is one of those one moment please types of moments where you just go, hey, wait a minute. I can fix it. I can fix her. We'll save it onto here and then reopen it there. For not to do file things on that screen. So what I can actually do is just cut it out. I can just do this. And I kind of cut it a little sloppily there. I'll cut right about there. I'll give it a nice amount there around it. I could round it, but I'm just going to use it as a decal anyway. So I don't know if it needs to be rounded per se. It might look a little better. Either way, I'm gonna save it as a PNG real fast. Let's duplicate layer here. Is that the plan here? Is that what I'm doing? Well, if that's the case, I don't like that at all. Well, actually, I doubt it'll even matter. Because it's just going to be stuck on the side of the car. It's bent funny and weird. So as long as it's a bit round... I like that last one. That's just not good. It just needs to be a little bit rounded. No. I'm just sloppy today, apparently. Very sloppy. There's a better method of doing this. I'm blanking on what it is right now. It doesn't even have to be perfect. I don't care. Because when I import it in, it'll look perfectly fine. Because it'll be painted on the side of a car and bent in funny ways because it's a decal. So let's test this out. I have an idea here. I always have to remember that. A lot of times try to make this art like perfect, and it's like, but nobody ever looks at that close, and it never even matters if it looks perfect. You just spend forever trying to make it look perfect, and it's like, okay. Good, I guess, but was it? Was it really? Make certain I don't need to change anything else. that's it. I don't think you have to change anything on that particularly. All right, so I'm gonna make a new one. Yeah, sure. Our decal? Sure. Okay, and then I can just add a decal directly into here. Add decal. That's weird. What in the world is going on with that? It's all moving super fast. I'm like, but. Does the grid not go smaller? Like, what in the world? Apparently the WYSIWYG thingy is just wigging. It's not whizzying. What is the angle on this? I assume this is the right thing here. Wow. Mistakes were made on that one. Let me do this really fast. Now, the decal system inside of the blueprints is kind of wonky. The best way I can describe it, it's just kind of wonky. Like, it's fine, but I don't know how fine I'd call it. It's just okay, I guess. What's the right way for this? I think I see stars that direction. Oh, never mind. There's stars in all directions. This is the worst Pimp My Ride game ever. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to actually get that to look good on here. It's a good thing I didn't spend very long trying to mess with it, huh? Maybe on top it'll look better? I don't know. So far it looks like crap. One way to paint your car. Oh, I see. Actually, supposed to be that way. Oh my gosh, the whole thing could be decals are wild, man. I feel as though I could do much more with this power someday, when I better understand it. I finally got it the right direction. It's not the right length though, but if you see, there's a chariot right there, but then it goes on the wheels and it looks really weird. So there's just, I don't think there's any world this will ever look good, by the way. I think it's just too weird of a thing to add. That's kind of my new estimation of this. Like, it's fine, but is it really that fine? Unless I just put it part way on here or something. Okay, well, that's a catastrophe. It turns out the one where I just rammed two of them together and stuffed it on the ground might actually prove handy, but trying to put the actual it did not work out as intended. This, however, could be handy. Huh. Also, if I want to do something Mario Kart style, I could actually put a decal on the ground and then have them, like, you know, when they run over it, trigger the random item thingy, just like they do in Mario Kart. I'd have to do something like that if I wanted that. I don't know how I feel about that here. I mean, it's one way to do reminders, I guess. Huh. I think better if it's just the chariot thing there. At that point, I probably just cut it so it's square. I don't think I actually care about doing anything else special. Maybe. Resave it. And then over here. Kind of a fat chariot, though. Why chariot so fat? Nope. Oh, it was a catastrophe as I was trying to put this decal on the car, and oh my gosh, like, it did exactly what I thought it would do, which was bend the decal so much that I couldn't even tell what it was most of the time. It looked terrible. I thought I'd just be all slick and put like, you know, painted decals on the side of the car of like the chariot and things. And yeah, that's not what happened. I did discover I could actually add together two textures and make decals like this one. But I don't really want the back of it on there. It's like unnecessary, but unfortunately it's two different materials that are just like this full size. It's not just the card. So I chopped one out. Now I was looking for the right size for it. Still looks too wrong. Well, actually, it's probably not terrible. It looks a little squished, I think. What about like this? Well, I mean, when you consider all the things I'm doing, it sure makes them really easy. It's just you don't have to do them. It's way easier to use than RPG Maker. Holy fuck, Jesus Christ. RPG Maker, you want to do anything unique, you got to sit there and hunt down some plugin or spend 9 million years playing with the code. Here, you just make some lines and you're golden. Not really. The that car thing, like Epic made it. They made this whole chaos, you know, vehicle system. And then I just, you know, tweaked it for this vehicle that was provided with this other thing, this other asset pack. And then I've been adding some things like that. But overall, it's, you don't got to learn a lot of math. You need to know what a vector is, which is basically just like the direction something's going, essentially. That's basically all it is. And you get the velocity of that, and like, you know, that's how fast it's going and the direction it's going. These are like, you don't got to do too much math. Most of the things I'm doing are like just simple adds and multiplications, and then I just look online and there's usually a video explaining everything. So many videos for this stuff. Fortunately, I have a player start on the level now, so it starts there, and I hate that. I need to probably get rid of those. Yeah, I'll probably put these like decals on the ground so people know what in the world they're supposed to do in an area. And what I could do here is I could make it so you have to actually run through the, jump over a thing with the vehicle in order to actually get through. But I don't really think I want the chariot this early on, though, because I'm already playing with the magician mechanic, so I don't really think I need another mechanic here. But yeah, if you want, you can, like, actually, I guess that's not how that one works here. You can enable physics on these things by simply just turning on the physics thing, and it just calculates stuff for you based on the weights that you set. So it's like really easy, which is why I was able to hit these things. All I did was just go and turn on the actual thing in their parent. I click this, simulate physics, and it's like, okay. And then you can sit there and change their mass right here if you want to a different number. You can do other weird crap too, like change their sentiment. You can do things that are just wild, but that's the thing about Unreal Engine. It can do everything, so you don't really got to do everything with it, though. So you just kind of ignore the things you would never use. Because it's not just designed to make games. It's designed to do all kinds of weird things. Like make movies and do architecture and make cars and stuff. It's weird. And once I learned to just avoid some of the systems I was never going to use, just because it's shiny doesn't mean I need it. Once I learned that, the engine becomes super easy to do things with. And you see how fast half these systems have been made in such a short order. It's just like, I don't even have to do that much. You know how long it would take to make some of these systems in fucking RPG Maker? Hell, most engines, like Unity. Jesus Christ, Unity. I don't understand why anybody likes that engine to this day. I think it's terrible. Is this not a box brush? It is. Okay, it just took a second to refresh. Had to put a hole in there. Very important. Is this where I want a door? That's a reasonable location. I might move this over a little bit. Yeah, but so many things are just done for you in this engine. That's the beautiful part about it. You don't have to do a lot. Probably want some stairs here or something. Or to raise the floor up. I didn't realize the floor was so much lower in that room. I'm going to shrink this room, honestly. I don't like giant rooms like this unless there's a purpose for it. Yeah. Basically, as Unreal Engine keeps, you know, becoming easier and easier to use, it's just... and providing so much free stuff, it's just becoming the engine to use. But yeah, it definitely was, Unity was definitely first, and it shows in that it had all that adoption early on. I don't know why I'm saving these. I don't even really want them. I remember these were broken in one of the update things because I moved versions and it just caused some problems. And I also resolved that I was not going to have pits in this area anymore. Like I don't like in the. I might have them in the paintings, but I decided I was going to play with more reality in this one. You know, like it being much closer to the real world. Negative 103, I believe. That's the problem. Yeah, that should put them pretty close to each other. Kinda. And there's this crap I need to deal with. When I made that, I didn't bother to make certain it wasn't going through the wall. Or I guess when I just dropped it off. Obviously, that's not okay. Also, this floor doesn't even meet the thing here. That's okay. We can fix that real easy. We can fix her. Should be all it takes. Or not. This is a big box brush, so it's kind of obnoxious how far I got to go over to mess with it, but... that's my fault for deciding to use a big one and not a little one. You are in a weird location. Stop sticking through the wall. Please and thank you. You don't really. It's just that when you change versions, you want to, like, they even warn you to make a new project and to keep the old one just in case, because you never know with those changes what they're adding, that it might cause some issues that you got to fix. You can fix them. It's just you'll have to do something. The problem becomes when I think I have everything good to go, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's all gold now. I can just move on, right? No. No, that's not how it works. Then I find the problem. I'm like, oh, crap, I deleted the other one already. Why didn't I keep it? What's wrong with me? But I mean, this version's not like, this game was started in RPG, sorry, not in Unreal Engine 4.26. And I've kind of bumped it along the way. So, it started in the first version I ever used. I actually pulled from there because I didn't remember how to do a lot of things. So I was like, okay, well, this has already got some things programmed from a tutorial series. So I was like, oh, I'll just do this and work on that. And all the things were programmed really poorly, but some of it's still in there. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is once you're in a really far into a game, it's not worth the time to upgrade. Like, you don't gain anything from upgrading the engine. You're not going to use any of the new features because you've already built your game on a different thing, so you don't need those features. So there's no point. And then the next version, you go, okay, well, now that we completed this game, now we can see if we want to build our next game using these features. And that's usually how it works. It's just I like shiny things, so that screws it up. Like, if I didn't like shiny things, it wouldn't be a problem, but I do, and it's bad news. I could steal all the windows from this other one there so I don't have to make a bunch of windows. I should be putting these in folders or something and labeling what they are. So I know there are like 741 actors. A lot of them are just dumb crap, though. Like my bucket for it, which I could merge together into like one actor if I wanted. Which in theory I probably should almost do. Where you just take all these things and merge them. I think there's a way to merge them. I'd have to look it up. I'm pretty certain there is. I know you can merge the box brushes all day long. But, I don't know. There's so many things that I don't know how to do in this engine yet. I think I came to the conclusion I was just going to delete all this crap because it made no sense. This one just kept breaking. I finally gave up on it. Like, I just was like, I'm just going to redo it. This whole system, it breaks. I changed these boxes out because they didn't look so great, and that means that I have to resize them because these new ones are the wrong size. Which I could do. Am I keeping this, though? I don't know. We'll think about that. But anyway. I already merged the floor together on the other one, but I haven't done it on this one yet. Here's the thing, though, that I need to make note of. I have to block Tinka's painting from the other side. Now they're one way. So that means... I'm presuming that's the front, and this must be the back, so... I'll probably end up redesigning these, to be honest. I mean, I guess the cube is fine. Actually, I always stretch the cube how I want just to block it. Yeah, I remember when I went from MV to MZ, the amount of extra effort that caused and problems was stupid. I never should have switched. Ever. Like, I had to remake things. It put me back months. It was so dumb. It was like the first time I'd ever upgraded engines. And I didn't even learn. Because I kept doing it anyway. Like an idiot. I should have just used a plane, probably. Thinking about it, I probably could have got away with that. Anyway, let's do this, and then... I set it up so there was like almost like a stair on the other side, because I figured people would be passing through it, and I wanted to be able to put it on top of things and have them, like, you know, enter it and go through it, but since that's clearly not happening anymore, we'll stick with the Victorian house because it is the best one. It's so optimized. It's not ideal, but what it will do is, well, what it will eventually do is block it. But let me make certain it has collision first. Block all dynamic, perfect. I need to set those as two-sided textures on that. I'll probably get rid of the player start so I can just go to wherever I'm at. That keeps vanishing. Why? The whole painting vanished. Well, either way, what I'm going to do is get rid of this stupid player start. So I can start wherever I want, and I'll just remember to add it back later. I just need to make certain the system worked, but I'm going to add them all in later, and just it's going to be good times. I need to remove all of her stuff so that it's on the other side now. Wouldn't even be a box collision, it would just be a... Oh, it would be a box collision, it wouldn't be the circular collision like it is now, or the sphere, I should say. I'm probably just going to redo her whole thing anyway, though. Because now there's no need to have it go through a wall at all, and... Yeah, it's dumb. I don't need that. The other question I'm going to have to ask myself is, am I going to have... Originally, I was going to have the player start near Charlotte's room, and you could go towards her, thus causing an instant game loss. Because in the original RPG Maker versions, there was the option to simply go to your window, do what the curse said, and just give up. So as a joke, you just keep it in there, where you can lose the game right near the start, just because. The infamous fourth ending, where you just lose the game because you're dumb. It's like, wait a minute. It said I should do this. That was dumb. I shouldn't do that at all. Probably not. I could make stairs going down if I wanted to. Am I doing that? Eh. I guess my question is at what point, where am I going to shift off mechanics here? Because you want to let them play with a mechanic for a while and then make it more complicated. So this seems like a good room to play with the light maze a little more. I kind of want a key system for these doors too. I probably need that, right? Yeah. So let's see here. I'm gonna want we'll call this key required. I usually prefer strings. It's both in spawn. It's instance editable, so every one of the doors can just have it. Basically doing that means now I can click on the door and... Well, I can ungroup the door first, so I can click on the door itself. And then I can just put the thing in there I want without having to do anything. I can also have a thing for it opening too. I don't know what the outline is, but... Important things. And then... The plan here... My 9mm windows over here is first of all to make this not disgusting to look at. Feels better, man. Feels way better. Alright, so that's the construction script. And then on open door, okay, so is open, no, and then if false, can do this. Let me use an interface here. I guess I could just use the interact interface. It's kind of a bit of an everything interface at this point. I mean, it's just one thing. I don't think I need an extra thing there. We'll call this just required object. If we knew how to spell MacGuffin offhand, I probably would have put magical MacGuffin or whatever. Okay, and on required object, it's going to send to the player and then send back. Well, there you go. Fair enough. Magical MacGuffin. There we go. So it's going to send in yeah, it'll just send the name there, the string. It's fine. Can't call it the same thing or it causes problems. So it's got to be something different. And then player has got it. Do a quick boolean there. And then we give this, oh, well, Poppet already has it. Doesn't really matter. Nothing special there. And then on Poppet, I guess it can go on system for now. Maybe, hey, VPick and Epic. How goes it? I'm trying to think and say things, and it's not working too well. Oh, well, welcome back, Rose. It's been a minute, or about, I guess, maybe a few months. Listen, I got busy doing things. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Things have really changed since you were last here. Now I have new toys. Now I have a car. Yeah. Kind of a janky car. It's not very good. Toy car. I just had a lot of stuff I need to take care of, and you know, outside the internet world, business things. Crash my car. I need to add sound effects. They get all confused. It's beautiful. And then I don't care about the errors right now. Now you can pick up and throw pieces too, or just weird things. That's weird. She shoots fire. Or long range ones do. Also have light puzzles. I gotta turn the lights back on, actually. Oh, I guess it's just weirdly not that dark. Huh. That's probably because clear skies. I'm on cloudy, so it's a little bit darker. And now, there's a thing where if you're in the darkness for too long, it causes the world to get... Actually, let me turn that back on. I disabled it temporarily because I got tired of having to place lights everywhere. Duration effects. Turn this one off. Also, while I'm at it. No more stupid messages. So now I instituted a curse too, where if you're in the darkness too long, it kills you. You'll see it start to get... Well, it's supposed to change like that, unless I've somehow disabled it. Have I disabled it? I guess I broke it. Oh, no, like there are these light cubes, which are you can use to light places up. But there's a mechanic where your character starts going insane if she's in the darkness too long, and I think I disabled it somewhere along the line without noticing. I broke it. Oh yeah, it's definitely gotten way way farther along. Just annoyed I broke this mechanic somewhere. I went and redid all the stats to use this new system, and get the feeling that I might have messed something up. That's an odd thing to write a poem about. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, glad it turned out really well. Huh. I gotta re-enable messages then if I'm gonna do this. Just disabled it, so I was like, oh, I don't want to have those on the screen while I'm doing this. She is in the darkness. So I know that is working up to that point. Jollibee? I don't think so. I mean, is it like a restaurant or something, or is it just a food? Where is it breaking? Need one more string that actually says true on it as well. This is a mess. I know I botched it somewhere in here. And I guess I put one on the false too. Hmm. I swear I've heard the name Jollibees at some point. I just haven't actually seen one in real life, I don't believe. It says false here. And it says it's 100. Okay. Not that one. Such a mess. Let me do this. Pull this over here. Something like that. Oh, fair enough. I'll be here for quite a while yet. I just started streaming like an hour and a half ago or something, so probably been at least another hour and a half or 2 hours. Unless I just failed to accomplish anything, which would be weird. Well, there we go. Now it's working. You can see the curse taking hold. Where everything just gets darker and more messed up. See it up there too? Then it kills her eventually. Right now I just have a respawn set up, but if you're in the light, you're good. But it's not going back though, which means that the other side is not working. Because it's not printing true, it's just doing nothing. Good to know. When I adjusted all these things, I made some mistakes. It didn't say darkness at all, I think. What applies in darkness? I thought it was the light system, so I did make a change to the light system because it was having problems temporarily with the car. So, I think 90% of the in-light thing is on here. When darkness is triggering. So the error is not within darkness. Let me test this out and put one of these in lights here. That'll do a lot. All this because I messed with the car thing there, because you have to, I had to create another actor and then possess that actor and then unpossess that actor, so there's actually like multiple actors involved with this. And it's got some hiccups in there, I think. Would be the best way to put it. Yes. The best way. I'll sit for a bit. So let's see here. Get the microphone in a slightly different position here. Well, we gotta do the usual thing where we sit there and try to figure out where the break is. In darkness works, but what I really want to hear right now is actually this, and then I see this information too. Nice. Huh. It stops it from subtracting. It's just that it doesn't add them back. So I think that the issue here is actually this right here. This is not correct. Yeah, you can't increment like this. That's not how it works with this type of thing. You have to actually do an add command. So everything was working except for that when I made this change, I just didn't think about that when you use these map variables, they work a little differently, a little wonkier than usual. I think that should fix it. Lose a few sanity points here. Yeah, it goes back to normal. For some reason I don't have a counter of it going back to normal, but There we go. We're golden. Now to remove these 9 million print strings. It's kind of a lot of them. And to neaten up this mess of a code so I never have to look at that monstrosity again. It looked horrible before. The more I do this, the greater my organizational skills become. Because I start to realize I need to organize things I didn't even realize I need to organize until soon. Until I write on this bottom, like, oh, that's a thing that can be organized. Huh. Like stuff on the map. I should be organizing that too. And I have not been. And that is kind of dumb. You can also put it all in a blueprint too. So that's a thing that's notable. Yeah, this is a... Well, this also gets deleted anyway, so who cares? And I don't need this. And I think that's 90% of the weird crap here. I could do a knot on this one, then it would actually make it a lot easier. Yeah. So we do not, and then I can do true and then false to make it easy on myself. Actually, wait, let me double check exactly where that went. Yeah, it just goes to delay. Fair enough. I guess it'll do. Actually. It's a little better. We haven't gotten to collapsing it into functions yet, but we'll get around to that. I mean, technically that is a function, so that's notable. The World Tour stuff should probably all be on there. Huh. And then for this, find. Even though this is the last terror you're going to get, it does technically go in here in order to... It's part of its effect is to negate the curse, so... If you have it, you're immune to that. You're actually immune to the darkness as well. It does not actually light up the darkness, but it does make you immune to anything curse-related. Whereas the sun thingy does not do that. The sun thingy does mostly provide the light, and while you're standing in the light, you're immune to the darkness portion of it. So that's something, but it's not quite the same. Alright, well now that I have that figured out, let me remove this also other print string here. I had lots of those. I don't need them anymore. And this print string. The final boss is all the print strings we left along the way. I was still working on a system that did the music based on the area too, but I might just do a level blueprint for that. I think that's what I was working on, and then I stopped doing that. To work on the menu system, that I'm not sure. There might be a way to do a widget for the menus that I can just place and not have to do all the stupid commands for so many different little thingies, because that just seems like a stupid thing to have to do. I shouldn't need to do all that. So I do have a menu system, but I'll have to figure out how to do it, and I don't quite know offhand. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I see. Because the HUD menu isn't here yet. That'll fix that error that just showed up. I don't need to reflect sanity on here. I had the thing back here behind her picture causing it to go down a bit. I could just have it as a thing that appears. I'm going to make a better looking thing than this. It's just not very nice looking. Trouble is, I don't know what I need for it yet. I mean, I guess I'm going to want 6 different abilities set on there so you can see them, I guess. Do I? That's originally the plan. 6 abilities. So you can't equip all the different tarot cards at once. God, this thing was built so long ago. Nothing's bound to that. It's bound to this. No, it's not. Oh, these aren't bound to anything, I don't think. Just get brushes. Okay. No, wait a minute. Before I get to that point, I need to know what I'm sending from the player. So the other previous HUD. And tonight is a night of failures. You know what? I'm just going to design areas for the moment. I don't want to work on that on the stream. That just seems like something that's not that interesting to watch in general, and I don't feel like doing it right now, to be honest. I think that's the problem right now. I'm just like, I don't want to. Okay, so where is the goal of this room? It only goes over to this distance, so there's no, I could put a hole in the wall just to go through, potentially. Oh, that's right. I don't have lights anywhere yet, so... Unless I plan on putting on the lights everywhere, I'm just gonna disable that temporarily. I think all the way through, huh? I think I'll put the stairs in the next room, maybe? It's probably fine. So then we're going to probably split things up with a bunch of garbage. Even potentially just having a wall in between there. It's not a bad idea. Not completely between it, just some of the way through between it. I'm actually fine with that there. It's gotta be more maze-like, so there's more places to go. Definitely a low energy night. Jesus. I still have them periodically. It's those health issues just creep back on me, and I'm like, ugh. And then I'm often fine after that, but they can definitely ruin a night. How far are we gonna? I'm not gonna make it that incredibly big, I don't think, right? Well, actually, it needs to be pretty big. But Poppet's tiny too, so let's see how long it takes to go through things. Because I expect I don't need all this. It's probably just gonna be like over to here, because it's supposed to be like up to 5 levels. But I'll have to make things pretty big. How did I make the ground all crappy? I forgot. Oh, I'm not going to add windows yet anyway. Eventually there's going to be windows in a city around this. That'll look pretty cool, I think. But for now, that does seem a bit on the unnecessary side. I guess place doesn't be too big, because they have to remember Tinka has these, you know, various paintings to go into too. So from a planning perspective, perhaps I just do this small section here. And I limit it a bit. Like maybe I don't do quite this much. Perhaps instead I do like just between these. Of course, the problem is the whole building is going to be about the same thing. So if I make it entirely lengthwise, that's almost not that good, right? So it's almost like I want an additional room here. How is this place laid out? Or is it just a giant square? I mean, I guess usually when you build a building, it's mostly just a giant, you know, box, right? Wouldn't be the most creative or interesting, but it would be significantly more realistic to what it would be. I'm just going to delete these. I'm using that. No. These just suck because you could jump on them, and it allows you to bypass things, and I don't want that. I don't want the walls to have something you can jump on. So I'm changing some things up, figuring out where it's going to go. I don't need all this crap. All this stuff is just unnecessary. I might keep some of this stuff. I don't know. I'm pretty certain the answer is not really. I really want things to be on a different area just for memory efficiency. Because otherwise I just, yeah, I don't know. I ran into a lot of optimization issues. This was my error in believing that an open world is a good choice. Maybe if you're a full-on studio, it is, but when you're just me, eh. I can space it out. The thing is, it is 5 levels, so that is something that needs to be noted. It being 5 levels. I guess it doesn't have to be 5 levels. It could be like... I don't even know. Like, the bottom level, the sub-basement's not going to be as big as anywhere else. But the other levels will be presumably the same size. Well, the basement doesn't have to be. The basement could be small. Or smaller. But the 3 levels would obviously need to be the same size, or technically the lower levels could be larger. That's true. The lower levels could be larger. I'm trying to avoid being unrealistic here. You start on the top floor. I may copy the layout from one of these other rooms because I literally had an entire map set up already for it, so... It's possible it might get recycled in here. Well, not really recycled, just actually used in here. I don't want to use these mesh walls because they're just not as good as a box brush, to be honest. No two ways about it. Just not as good as a box brush. Yeah, I guess these floors could actually be... the top floor could be smaller. I don't hate this idea. Man, tonight is not a good night for me for feeling good. Let me go grab this from the other level here. But technically it already started making a thing in here, and it doesn't look bad at all. It's not really built to be a level per se though, which is the only I don't like. But I'm gonna grab all this stuff and see what happens. Like, Call this the waiting room. Ugh. Definitely one of those nights. Good, they're all in there. That's helpful. So, let's say I want to move this over somewhere. I mean, realistically, this should actually be the back room here. True. I might have to move the stairs. I need to rotate everything too because those are on the other side. Actually, I could do this. That works. Huh. Can't quite get up them. Which is weird because she's like clipping on the bottom somehow. Like it looks like she should be able to make it, but she can't. It's because she pulls her legs up. Had this problem before. Is valid. Nice. If valid this. If not, just do this. Oh, welcome back. I really think I need to change this size a bit. It's just not gonna cut it. They're just a little too big for old Poppet. So let's do this a bit. Shrink the stairs a bit. And then I guess move it up to create one additional step at the bottom. Weird, did I get stuck? Huh. I didn't realize the doors could get stuck. Close enough. Let's fix that. Can she jump up these yet? Doesn't look like it. That's a little problematic. I got that. It is interactable with those. That's right. They're still a little uncomfortable to jump up. So let's shrink them a tiny fraction more. Kind of weird for a door to open like that. So what needs to happen is... Where's the thingy for it? Go ahead, subtract this here. Do a second set of stairs. Oh. Hmm. Very thick wall, apparently. Hmm. Oh, you can see through the desk. That's awkward. I think I moved this farther over here, and then I just put an additional thing right here so that it actually is. Um, I don't know what I did there, but whatever. Okay. Not too bad. Definitely a quiet night, but to be honest, I've been feeling low energy all day, so whatever. At least I was able to recycle this onto here. I'll be able to pull the windows off here too and start making it look nice and everything and go from there. That step is too long. That was not expected. Maybe 12 will work better. That works okay. So she can make this jump. Hmm. This looks pretty good. I don't think I haven't changed much from there, so I guess I can select all these. And then just looking at these, we're trying to find the one. That's this one here. I'll have carpet appear. So I do this so I can immediately change things up. How necessary is this one anyway? I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary at all. Yeah. As I thought. Yeah, it's like I have two of these things. I don't need both. Now I'll just take this one and stretch it so that it goes the whole distance. I don't have to worry about it. Much better. All adjacent, and we're just gonna keep putting the same thing on there. Make it 10 out of 10, call it square, you know. I still have to make a key system so I can blockade off doors and prevent people from getting through them. Probably an indicator on the doors when you try to open it. We'll see. Maybe call it early tonight. Well, I mean, it'll be like 2.5 hours or something. It's not like, you know, from the start. That's not like the worst stream I've ever had. And these are still not level. But I can easily jump up all these. That's good. That was kind of a hard one to jump up for some reason. Should all be, you know, equal, so. I don't like how that's a little bit off. Ugh. I can jump up them just fine. I need to make a flying AI for her. Ooh. Oh, I got a whole new section of the warehouse there. It connects down there, so that's not too bad. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit off tonight, so I think I'm going to call it at this point. I didn't realize it was going to be one of those low energy nights, but that's the problem with these weird health problems. I don't know what causes them, and man, they just suck when they hit, and then they go away. Thankfully, they don't happen as often as they used to. But man, when they do. Anyway, to anyone watching the future or Overwatch tonight, thanks. And I'll probably be back tomorrow night around the same time. Yeah, just cause. I like working on the game, but only when my health is good. Alright, well, catch everyone later.